Okay, so I know it's been a long time since we've gotten together. I thought it would be easy if I just made a video and sent it, just because it's really hard right now to try and schedule something with my classes and everything. So hopefully this works out. When we last left off, we had finished, let's see, our year at a glance. We did a quote page, and then we did the outline of our future log. So what I want to do now is I want to fill in the future log. Now, to start, what I did is I started from the bottom, and I put the number 31 there because 31 is the highest number of days in the months. And I figured if I made the bottom row 31, then I could count up, and then I know how, what size I should make the first letter of the month. So the way I want to outline the month is I want to take a marker. I'm going to use a Stampin' Right marker. This one is Smoky Slate, so it's a great color to use. I'm going to make a J like this and go across like that. All right, and what I did is I counted down. So for me, I have 37 dots. I counted down 1, 2, 3 dots from the top. And then I made my J fit from 3 dots from the top to where my number 1 would be for the days of the month. Okay, so I know that there are 31 days in the month. I have a 1 here, I have a 31 here, and the title for the month or the name of the month needs to fit in this space up here. But of course we have our heading here, so it needs to fit in the space here and above our 1. So that's why I put the J like that. All right. So now what I want to do, I'm going to actually put my F in. So I did the same thing. So now that I know where my J is, you could do a lot of things. So I do a lot of freehand, but if you wanted to draw a line right there so you could see where to rest your letters, you could do that. You could also draw a line at the top to see how high to go. All right. Remember, you can stop this video at any time if you want to, take a moment to catch up to where I am or not have me move too fast. So I already have my J. I'm going to put an F for February. Another thing that I did is I stuck a book underneath it, just so that I could have a place to, so that the book wouldn't go down and be uneven, and then I would put too much pressure on there. But this helps this side to lay flat so that I can work easily. So I'm going to put an M in here for March. And I'll show you, we're going to do more with this later, but right now I'm just putting the first letter for each month of the year. And I did this in pencil ahead of time so that I would not make any mistakes. Okay, and I already did the second page in terms of finding where 31 is and then counting up just so that I would know the size to make my letter. So it's the third dot down, 1, 2, 3. Go across there, and then my J fits in, let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 dots. So I'm starting here at the top, counting that as 1, 2, 3, 4, and my hoop there. And then just line this up. Remember, if you need to, you can draw a line across the bottom so that you can keep yours even, and a line across the top if you want to do that. I'm going to make my S for September, staying in that same space. October, November, December. Okay, now I'm going to go back to where I started with January. And there are a couple of things you could do. You could take your number 3 micron marker if you're using the micron, or just, like a very fine point there. So I have a 0, I guess it's a 0.03 marker that I'm going to use, or that you could use, and you could write your numbers going down like that. Now, I'm not going to use a marker because my book came with these numbers. So I'm going to use this. So let me go back to where I was. So January. Okay. So January has 31 days in it. So I'm going to take my first strip. If you have a strip, you can do this. If you don't have it, then you're going to write all the numbers in there. So I'm going to take my first strip. And I'm going to just put it right here. And it's going to be all the days of the week. So really, it's just all about lining it up. And since it was made by the company, it should fit perfectly. And of course, if I'm doing this on camera, that's going to make me a little bit more nervous. Okay, I think. All right, that's pretty good. So you can see how my 1 is right there under the J for January. I'm going to keep on going. So with February has 28 days in it. All of these go up to 31. So this is where I'm going to pull out a pair of scissors, my Stampin' scissors here. And I am still going to take that strip off, but now I'm going to take my scissors and cut it. Now, of course, if you don't have this, you are writing in the numbers. And you're writing them in each of the boxes, okay? So I'm going to go with 28. I'm going to start right where that 28 is. Right there. Oops, come on. And put this one in. And it will go all the way up, just like that. So I'm going to continue to do this. I have March, which is 31 days. And April has 30 days. So I need to cut off the 31. And I'm just putting it on here. I'm not going to use them, but they're out of the way. So this is 30. I'm going to move up 1. And line that up there. Then we have May, which is 31 days. So this does make it very convenient to have the numbers already on strips for you. And then June is 30. So again, I need to cut one off without cutting myself because these are some sharp scissors. Super, super sharp. So I'm going to move up 1 because remember we have 31 spaces. So I'm going to move here for my 30 and get that lined up nicely. And remember, you are writing your numbers in using that 0.03. Oh, that's a 5. The 0.3 marker. Okay, a very fine tip is what you want to use so that you can write those numbers in there very tiny. I had numbers down here to help me remember how many days are in the month. So that's a good idea to write that at the bottom. So I had a 31, a 28, 31, 30, 31, 30. And that just helps because when you get started, you will forget and kind of get off track if you don't do that. Now I'm going to erase what was under each of these. And you just have to hold your page still or it will fold up on you the way mine did down here. I hate when that happens, but it does happen. So the next thing I want to do is I want to actually write the month in there. So I am going to stick with, let's see, what do I want to use? I'm actually going to grab a 5 for this part. So I have a J right there. I'm going to write out January, just like this. And I'm going to do it in lowercase letters because it just, I think it makes it look really cute. So I'm going to write it. I just realized I have some more pencil marks. I forgot I did the line across the bottom. So I want to get rid of that line too. And I have another one across the top. So you want to get those pencil marks out of there. And here as well. Try to wait to make sure my ink dries a little bit. Okay, and next I'm going to write February, just right on across my F. You can do any kind of writing for this. I'm doing it in cursive, but you could print it, totally up to you. April. My May. And June. Whatever you decide to do, you just want to be consistent. So if you start it in cursive, continue it in cursive. Okay, so I have that there. I think that's everything. Oh, that's not everything. So I also pulled out a light pink marker. I have, this is Tombow 761. You can barely see it there. But for Stampin' Up, you probably could use a light pink. Let's see what we have. I covered this in, what is this? Ugh, I forget what you call this. I don't know. I do know, but I can't think of it. I don't know. My daughter used to make jewelry with this kind of tape. But anyway, this probably would work. Blushing Bride would work very well, but I already have this one out. But you could use Blushing Bride for the next step. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the weekends. So all my Saturdays and Sundays, I'm going to highlight so that I can tell when a weekend is. So I'm going to go back here and I can see that Saturday and Sunday would be a 1 and a 2. So I'm going to go to my 1 and my 2, just like that. So I know that's a weekend, Saturday and Sunday. And then the next one would be 8 and 9. And again, I'm gonna go across with 8, across with 9. So that's a Saturday and a Sunday. And then 15 and 16. So this is what we're doing. Let's see, 22 and 23. This just helps so that when you go in to add things to your future log, you can tell where the weekends are. And then 29 and 30. Okay, so those are my weekends. And sometimes I put a fine line like that, and it just helps to, it looks cute, I think. And it kind of helps to separate things a little bit for you. I'm going very lightly across those dots like this. And that just helps to, with your lines. So when you go to write, it helps you to have a line to write on. And I think it just makes it look nice too. Okay, so that's January. I'm going to do the same thing for February. So the first two, we have 5 and 6 for February. So I'm going across 5 and across 6. And I'm going to just do those lines right now. And then we have 12 and 13. 12 and 13. And then we have 19 and 20. Remember, you can pause this video at any time if you need to. And then we have 26 and 27. All right. So we're going to continue to do this. I'm not going to, well, I'll keep going. So March 5 and 6, because I need to do it anyway. So 5 and 6. And then we have 12 and 13. So you can see, and this is another reason why that year in a glance is very helpful. So you can keep going back and forth to use it as needed. So it's helping me to find my weekends. So let's see, I'm going to cover that a little bit more. All right, so that was 12 and 13. Now we have 19 and 20. Across 19, across 20. 26 and 27. And of course, you could just count it down if you wanted to, but for me, I need to double check so I don't make any mistakes. Now moving to April. The first weekend is the 2nd and the 3rd. So 2 and 3. And then we have the 9th and the 10th. And then we have the 16th and the 17th. And after that, we have the 23rd and the 24th. And I copied this from someone. I want to see if I can find their name so that I can give them credit so that you know where I got this idea from. Then we have the 30th. That's Saturday. And it runs right to May 1st for Sunday. Okay. And so next weekend would be the 7th and the 8th. The 7th and the 8th. The 14th and 15th. From my May, okay. 21st and 22nd. 28th and 29th. And then for June, it's the 4th and the 5th. And I love the way the pink looks here. It's soft, but you know, it's like a highlighter still, so that when you write, you'll be able to see it well. It's just a softness. So I'm very happy with this. So 4th and 5th for June, then the 11th and the 12th. And then we have the 18th and 19th. Then we have the 25th and the 26th. And that's it for June. Now, we didn't set up the next page yet, so we're going to do that now. We already did the headings, but we didn't put our numbers in. So now we are on July, and I wrote at the bottom 31 for July, 31 for August, 30 for September, 31 for October, 30 for November, and 31 for December. So we are going to get ready to put our numbers in. So again, so July is 31. I want to take a full strip and put that here. Hold it down and put it up. There we go. And then August is also 31. Same thing. So hold it still. I try to line it up as best I can. Don't know if once you put it down, if you can lift it back up. I don't want to try and I don't want to have to find out. So I'm just trying to be as careful as I can to get it on there straight. So now we're on September. There are 30 days, so I need to cut a little piece off. Move that out of the way, and then I need to move up one box. Start my 30 there, hold it down, and put it on as neatly as I can. If I were to mess up and go over this line, I would just pull out a black marker and make a new line right on the side of it. No one is going to be checking out your bullet journal and critiquing it like that. The only person critiquing it is you. So don't worry about that. You know, it's your creativity. It's as it is. It's nothing has to be perfect here. So October, 31 days. So we're going to use the whole strip. Remember, if you don't have these strips, you are writing the numbers in there. This is the Leuchtturm bullet journal, and this particular one has strips in it, which are so helpful. Okay, now I'm on November. 30 days for November. Cut off my 31. Move up one box and hold it in place, and then take my strips on up and up and up, and we're on December. Yay! 31 days for December. This one will be easier. I have the whole strip, put it there, pull it up and up and up and up. There we go. Eraser, so that I can get rid of my eraser marks for my months of the year. Get rid of my pencil marks for my months of the year, so I can get ready to write here. And I think I might have some pencil marks on my lines too. I don't think I ever did that when we finished last time. Okay, so now I am going to write the months in there with my, what did I use last time? I think I used my 5. Yep, I used my 5. So we are now on July. I'm going to start with a lowercase j. And write my July, my August, and then September. September is long. Am I going to fit it in there? I probably shouldn't have made this line. September. Oh, it's okay. What do you do? What do you do? I'm just going to keep writing it. It's my book. September. And then I can still see my pencil mark for October. October. November, another long month. Lots of letters in this one. Making it fit. And December, I'm going to move over for my December. And now I don't have anything to lean on, so I'm actually going to move my book over so that I can have this for support. December. Okay, so I have that. Now I'm going to fill in my weekends. So for July, let's take a peek back and see what the weekends are for July. So for July, we have the 2nd and the 3rd. 2nd, let's go all the way over, and the 3rd. Put some lines in there. And then we have, Okay, I thought I messed up. The 9th and the 10th. I really love having a future log. I already need a future log because I feel like there are things I need to put in. So getting this ready will be awesome. Yeah, so that I can start adding events. Okay, so we had the 9th and the 10th for July. Now we need the 16th and 17th. 16th and 17th. And then 23rd and 24th. Let's see. Okay. And we have the 30th and the 31st. How about that? Oh, I have to erase my numbers off the bottom. And now we're moving to August, the 6th and the 7th. $13 and $14. And I'm not so concerned about it being super neat. You know, as you start filling all, other information in, no one's going to notice if you're outside the line a little bit. Like things like that don't bother me. If that does bother you, then you can get your correction tape and kind of cover that up. Okay, so I'm on August. I need to go to 20 and 21. I love those lines. And then we have 27. I should know that if I counted out. 28. But I don't want to make any mistakes. September, 3 and 4. And then 10 and 11. We're getting there. $17 and $18. I did not tell anyone I was filming, so if someone calls my name, well, you might hear my real life. All right, 24 and 25. And so that was September, 24 and 25. And now we move to October, 1st and 2nd. So it's 1st and the 2nd for October. 8th and 9th. And then we have for October 15 and 16. And 22, 23. 29 and 30. Means Halloween is on a Monday, which makes sense since it was just on a Sunday. November, the 5th and the 6th. And then we have the 12th and the 13th. $19 and $20. And then we have 26 and 27. And we're moving on to December, the 3rd and the 4th. Then the 10th and the 11th. And then the 17th and 18th. The 24th and 25th. And then we get to the 31st. Alrighty. Okay, so we have our future log all complete. How exciting is this? Look at that. We have January, February, March. We have all of our weekends in. The only other thing that I would think to do, I love using my gel pens. Let's see, did I do any? Oh, I did. Okay, so I have in here this gel pen. I think I might use that one. Don't know why I have rubber band in there, but I do. Okay, so I have that gel pen. I do have others. Is that the only one? Oh, here it is. Okay, there's another one. There's this one. I think that's it. Yeah. Okay, so we talked before about, you know, putting little decorative doodles or whatever in there, and I think I want to do that. So I have gel pens, and I'm also going to grab my 0.3. Do I want 3? Or do I want 5? I want to get my 3. Let's see how it works with 3. So I'm going to draw some of those leaves that we made before. So we did it over here. I'm going to draw leaves just like these over here. So what I'm going to do is draw like a stem, and yeah, I'm going to put one on the edge. I don't know if I did this last time this way. Let's see. I did. Okay. And then I'm going to just add a couple more. One there, one there. I could make maybe more than a couple. Several. And there, and there. And then on this side, so I had one going swoop, like an up sweep. I'm going to have one do a down sweep, like that. And I'm going to put a leaf there. And then I'll put one here. I just really like the way this looks. So I kind of go a little fast with mine, like that. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. So since this one went like, you know, an up sweep, we'll make this one do, well, it's going to go up too, like that. And yours doesn't have to go exactly like mine. You can put a different tilt on yours if you want. And then I'm going to have it go down and put a leaf there, one there, one there, one there, and there, one there, and one there. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing on the next page. I'm actually going to start on this side just in case this is a little wet. It's probably not wet, but I just like to be extra careful with that. So I'm going to have this one go down, put a leaf on the edge, and then add some leaves here, more leaves here, and I'm going to put some here as well. And then I think I did this one going up. Yeah. And I have this one go up. Again, a leaf there, and leaves here, and like this. All right, and then the one on the other side is going to go like this. Put my leaf there, put some there. I'm gonna keep on going like that, and then have it go this way. Almost finished. You can see I've done 3 on either side, and then I have the one at the end. So now I'm going to grab my gold here, and some, you know, you have to decide. Well, it depends on what you have, really. So I think I'm going to go with, I'm not sure. I want to remember what they look like. So that's like that, which is, I guess it'd be better if I did a leaf, then I could see. All right, and then this leaf, what do you look like? Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't, oh, actually that might be the one I want. I'll put you there while I decide. And then let's see this one. You're pretty cute too. Okay, I'm gonna go with the one in the middle. I'm gonna go with this one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to my first page. I'm going to color in some of them. So not every single leaf is going to get colored in, just, you know, some interest here. So like that, I'll do this. There's no rhyme or reason as to how I decide, but I'm doing some of them, most of them, but not all of them. And just look at how, you know, the difference it makes already. Actually, I want to color another one. Now, if you want to color all of them in, you certainly can do that. This is your book. You can do it the way you want to do it. This is my book. I'm going to do mine this way. Now that I have done this page, you know how I'm very concerned about the ink. So I'm going to hold this page up while I work on this side. Do this and here. My husband probably can hear me talking to myself, so he may know that I'm filming. Maybe. I'm surprised he hasn't come down. I'm really surprised my youngest didn't come down. He is always coming down to see what I'm doing. Okay, so we have this side done. We have one of these done. I'm going to hold off on that. But this is, I guess this concludes our bullet journal session. We did our future log for 2022. We filled it in. We have our weekends highlighted, which is pretty cool, so that when you want to add things, you can see where the weekends are. I think that's clever. And then if you need more information about the months, you can go back to your year at a glance, and you can see here, you know, like which week is when, how many, I mean, you can see the same thing here, but if you need to see it visually in this format, you can look here. You could also look here as you add things to your bullet journal, to your future log. Okay, so the other thing I do sometimes is if I really am impatient and I want to finish a page, I get a piece of paper and I lay it right over where the gold would be, or whatever it is that might be wet. And then I can go on and finish my page. That way, I can get it all done. I can get her done, just like that. Okay. And that's like that. And then I usually let my book sit somewhere. So I would take that back out and I would stick something in there like an eraser. So that way it doesn't completely close. The next time we meet, we will be working on our birthdays and appointments. What else do I have in here? Books, adventures. We've got some pages to do. So we'll do birthdays next time and appointments. All right. So until next time, happy bullet journaling. You know, get all your creative juices going, and I can't wait to create with you again soon. Bye.